Good afternoon, YouTube, man. Always George Page, aka the Emperor of WMMA Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, last night was the main event of UFC 43 in Vegas, and it was Ketlen Viera versus Miesha Cupcake Hate. Yes, I would call it that because the fact that she is a hater. You know, the hate is strong and it's strong. And this was like, I think, maybe opportunity for Miesha to get a shot at Amanda Nunes. She's talking about she wanted a shot at Amanda Nunes. She doesn't stand a chance. And, Ketlen, she was a up-and-comer. She got sidetracked with her, she had issues with an injury that put her out for a while. Then her losses to Ariane Danya and Yana Kuskaya. But, facing somebody who is a former bantamweight champion, and it's possibly a way for her to climb up. Miesha's number 8 on the list. I don't know how well she got to be number 8. I mean, it's just we all know why, because Dana White, she always Dana White most of her career, because Dana White paid for her boobies and paid for her nose job. And this is going to be, I think, possibly maybe an opportunity for Ketlen to climb up back into that race for the title shot. This fight was most likely maybe a future contendership shot for either one of these ladies, but most definitely I think more for Ketlen than it is for Miesha. So, as you know, Miesha's been out for a while, and she has been fighting for almost 5 years. So she's a veteran, 5 years older than Ketlen. And I think Ketlen had a lot of advantages, being that she was more active. She's more of a striker. Miesha's just going to rely on her wrestling. She won some fights with her wrestling. She beat Holly Holmes and a couple of fighters with her skills. So anyway, these two touch gloves, and I said like this: I'm not, this is me. I'm not going to be no friend with you. They touched gloves at least 3 times when we started. When he asked to touch gloves, and then they ended. That's too friendly. You're being too friendly with somebody. But what Miesha did was she was doing this kind of like, had her arms out and her hands extended. Look like, you ever see those survival things they show on YouTube where the guy say, these scary animals, you have to make yourself bigger like a bear, and that's what she was doing. She was dancing around, had her arms out, her fingers out, and but Ketlen, she got some good shots in. So did Miesha. I mean, I think what was working for Ketlen was that right cross, hitting Miesha across the face. And, she really was, she shouldn't, her corner was telling her to be more aggressive, because Miesha was like trying to move forward and just, using her, her arms to keep the distance between her and Ketlen. At one point, during the fight, around about the first, Miesha did get try to attempt, she did throw some knees in there, and she was back, keeping back and just punching, throwing some good shots here and there. But even though with every shot that Miesha threw, Ketlen threw 2 more. And then one point, in the fight, there was Ketlen tried to attempt a takedown. It was sloppy. She didn't do a good job with that takedown. It was just, it was a bad, choice. Her cornerman told her not to do takedowns. Stay with your stand-up. And, that was the thing was winning her during the fight, her stand-up. She was hitting Miesha with some good solid rights and some lefts. I mean, combinations. And even though Miesha, she was getting tagged, she was throwing some good hands in now and then, every now and then. But she was just getting beat. I mean, I think, Ketlen was just a stronger opponent. I mean, she was getting slapped around. Even in round about close to the end of the round, she even hit Ketlen with a few knees and, got against the cage. But, it was just not much. I mean, Miesha was doing the best she could, but, Ketlen was just, I think if she was a little more aggressive, I think, she really could have put Miesha out a little earlier. But, one point there was a part where Miesha poked Ketlen, and I mean, the ref says it was unintentional. But you know what? Yeah, I don't know. Miesha Tate, she's suspect, in my opinion. But, by the time people were concerned that, Ketlen probably would have gassed out. But she said, true. She was hitting Miesha with some shots. I mean, and just, she was dominating. I mean, a few times, she just turned Miesha's head just the other side of the face, and then she bust her up. as Miesha usually does, she's leaking like a stick pig. I mean, and then the fight was over, and they hugging it out. I mean, hug you? I ain't hugging you. Get your hands, get off of me. I mean, to these fighters, you're too friendly with each other. You're too nice to each other. I wouldn't be hugging this person. This person getting away from opportunity to maybe get a title shot, and looking past you. Miesha Tate was looking past you, Ketlen. She was saying, she was looking past you, get it to Amanda Nunes. Instead of focus on you. I wouldn't be hugging her. But, congratulations to Ketlen Viera. I mean, this was a good win for her. I mean, her last fight, as you know, she lost against Yana Kuzskaya. And then to win by unanimous decision, meaning the judges saw that you were doing the better work. Your strikes were more heavy, more damage. You can barely tell what Miesha did to her, but you can really see what she did to Miesha. Look at her face. She's already leaking. Don't be hugging her. I mean, I know you was so happy to hear, but I know Miesha didn't want no hug. In the back of her head, she's hating. She's a hater. She don't want to be, she's probably back there crying, whining, but she got dominated. This was a fight that, it was, this was a good fight for Miesha Tate, especially with somebody who's strong, who's active. This was just her. She just got slaughtered. It was just, but, now she's talking about, there's no more talk of her going after no title. You're done, Cupcake Hate. You're done. They'll probably give her a chump change fight just to prove her confidence, like somebody like Aspen Ladd or Gina Mazzani or something like that, just so, here you go, Miesha. Better not put her against something like, maybe, or even maybe Bay Malecki or something like that. So just so, to pad her record a little bit and make her feel good. But, it wasn't worth it, But, this was revenge. Revenge for my woman, Maya. We got revenge, Mari. We got our revenge. And to hell with them, But now, what's going to be next for Ketlen Viera? Well, possibly a climb up. Maybe she might fight somebody like GDR, or maybe a rematch with Irene Daniel or Holly Holmes, somebody. I think now wasn't that long ago, she was in the race for the title, but then her injury set her aside, and then those 2 losses kind of, sidetracked her, her momentum. But now with this fight, with a win over someone like Miesha Cupcake Hate Tate, I think, might get her back into the contender race again. I mean, like I said, she has to probably go through GDR, Irene, and Holly. I think those are 3 people she most likely has to go through to get that shot. So I think more likely there's a good chance that, Holly Holmes has been out. They might put against Holly Holmes. And then, like I said again, either one of the other 2, just to see how she does. Because, we have Julia Pena versus, Amanda Nunes next month. And we had to wait the outcome of that fight. So more likely they're gonna wait to see how that fight goes. Then they probably give her one more fight to see if she's up for a title shot. You know how it is with Amanda Nunes. She only fights maybe with 2 titles. She only fights twice a year. So congratulations to Ketlen Viera. Thank you for disappointing the Cupcake Hate Tate fanboys. They all crying in the car. Congratulations, Ketlen. You did a good job. You should be all the way to George Page, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.